So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody, all the shredders who actually joined the February 13 to 22nd 10-day shred program. Such a fun program. And for those who don't know about it, you will learn a little bit about it tonight. But basically, the shred is a 10-day program where we follow a few guidelines and basically just clean things up for 10 days, clean up our diet, clean up our lifestyle, clean up our habits for 10 days. So I'm very excited to hear for those of you who are joining me live, and I'm actually just going to put my thing up here so I can read your comments, just to see how did you guys feel with it? All right, so for those of you who don't know me, and I know most of you do, but I just wanted to give you a quick reminder that my name is R.J.O Olson. I have been a health and wellness coach for, oh goodness, 20, almost 25 years now. I can't even believe how long it's been. I am currently a senior sales coordinator, which is actually upper level leadership with the Juice Plus company. And I've been with them for almost 10 years now, but I'm revamping and re-inspiring my Juice Plus business because I see a need. I see a huge need and a huge desire for people who want to take better care of their health right now. As we know, we have just come out of a 2-year health crisis, essentially, and it's going to take everybody some time and some effort to truly get back to where they were before. And with the Juice Plus Whole Foods, the company has boomed. Really, it's taken another increase because of what they offer. And again, I'm going to talk a little bit about the products tonight and how they can really help us get through these next few years to really get our health back. Okay, so first of all, shredders, those of you who were in the 10-day shred, I want to know how you're feeling. So if you are on the call tonight, I just want to know, how are you feeling? Tune in and just recognize, how did you feel before the shred and how do you feel 10 days later? I know for me personally, I always choose one guideline to follow. Most of the guidelines I already do follow, but I usually choose one to follow. And for me this time, it was to get rid of refined sugar. That one, for those of you guys who know a little bit about my backstory, I was a sugar addict for many, many years. And I haven't shared that story very recently, but I literally was so addicted to sugar that if I didn't have sugar for even just a couple of hours, I would literally shake. That's how bad it was. And I got a bit of a rude awakening, a bit of a health scare, actually, just over 10 years ago. And when the herbologist that I spoke with said, if you don't get off of sugar, you are going to have diabetes within a few years, guaranteed. And he probably wasn't wrong. So I got off of sugar. And shortly after that, I believe everything happens for a reason, I was introduced to Juice Plus. I was at a networking event and a lady was talking about nutrition. At first, I kind of rolled my eyes because there's so many products out there that just really are not good for us. And so I kind of shut down for a minute. But when I really realized what it was whole food nutrition in a capsule. I was like, okay, this is coming to me for a reason. I paid attention, I listened, I signed up as a customer, I signed up as a partner almost immediately once I saw the research and saw what it was. After taking Juice Plus, shortly after, remember, I was diagnosed as a sugar addict. Shortly after taking Juice Plus, my sugar cravings started to drop. Don't get me wrong, I still crave sugar, but nowhere near like I used to. Now I can take it or leave it. Now I more just crave it because I'm bored, right? But I am no longer dependent on it and my energy level. So I used to eat so much sugar that I would crash, right? I'd be on a high and I would crash. It's just basically a drug, and needed an afternoon nap every single day. After taking Juice Plus every day, I no longer needed that afternoon nap. And I know that so many of you who actually are brand new to taking the product have shared with me how much energy you actually have had recently. And some of you have even asked, like, what is in this stuff? What is the magic drug that is in this stuff? And honestly, it's fruits and vegetables. It's amazing the power that fruits and vegetables have to make you feel so amazing. So happy to hear from some of you on how amazing you do feel. Looking forward to hearing from the rest of you. I love this one because you can do anything for 10 days. Now, the Shred 10 program actually has transformed from a program called Transform 30. And Transform 30 was this program essentially for 30 days. And what the leaders were finding, it was just a little bit too much. And actually, it was a little bit more hardcore, as it was also 100% plant-based program or challenge. But 10 days is doable. It's through one weekend. You cut out a few of the guidelines and it's absolutely doable. And I'm sure that for some of you who have gone through the program, you can actually agree with that. Pretty soon, so I do these shreds every single month. The next one starts on March 13th, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. But we start to crave them. I start to go, okay, shred's coming, shred's coming. My clients start to go, okay, I can't wait for the shred, I can't wait for the shred. So it starts to get a habit, this 10-day shred every single month. And I want to give a shout out to Len Ward really quickly, but Len said, I made a comment on the group page the other day saying that shreds actually helped transform his life. He's on no medication except for Juice Plus, and he's in his 80. So shout out to you, Len. You've always been a huge inspiration for me ever since I started in this business. Okay, so here are some of the guidelines for the Live It. And basically what the Live It guidelines are these are the guidelines you're going to follow between your shreds, okay? I'm going to talk about each one of these in detail so that you can get a good understanding of why we should be doing some of these guidelines and why, if we follow these guidelines, the amazing transformation that we will see. So the very first guideline is to eliminate gluten. Now, for some of you, it might be reduce gluten. Okay, I know for me, it's a reduce gluten, but gluten has been shown to cause inflammation and disrupt healthy gut bacteria. So for those of you who are celiac, obviously need to be gluten-free. There are some people out there who are wheat sensitive, not necessarily gluten sensitive. So remember, gluten comes from wheat, rye, and barley only. Gluten is not in anything else, okay? It is not in oatmeal unless it's been cross-contaminated. So wheat, unfortunately, has been so hybridized and is in everything that many people have developed an allergy or a sensitivity to it. So it's a really good idea that just for 10 days, take out the gluten and see how you feel. The great news is that nowadays there are a lot of gluten-free products on the market, so it should be pretty easy to cut out gluten. And remember, if you are eating whole foods, you're pretty much going to be staying away from gluten anyway. The next Live It guideline is to eliminate dairy. Now, most people come to me, of course, I've been a plant-based nutritionist for over 10 years, and this is one of the very first things I say to get rid of, even though it was the last thing that I got rid of when I made my transition. And that was because dairy was my all-time favorite food. Cheese was essentially my lifeline. Cheesecake was my favorite dessert. But yet I was having some digestive issues. And as soon as I got rid of that one, that was the one that helped. Now, remember, I did this about 10 years ago when there were no dairy replacements or very little dairy replacements. So now there is so many great dairy replacements, your coconut milk, your soy milk, your coconut cheese, your soy, nut yogurts, all sorts of things. But the reason why eliminating dairy is so important, or at least reducing it, is because dairy absolutely causes inflammation. There is no doubt about that. There is a ton of research to support it. And if you're eating dairy just strictly for the calcium, that unfortunately is a myth. And there are other ways that you can get a lot more calcium in your diet than dairy. And dairy's actually been shown to pull minerals from your bones. So be really, really careful about that. If you want some more information, I'd be happy to send it to you, or certainly look it up. All right, the next guideline is to reduce caffeine. And I know caffeine is a lifeline for so many people. So we're not necessarily saying take it out. Now, if you're doing like the 10-day shred and detoxing, it's usually a good idea to just cut it out, just to give your body a little bit of a break. But we want to try to reduce caffeine. Now, are you having a cup of coffee in the morning and then water the rest of the day? No problem. But if you're drinking coffee all day, we can run into some issues. So the reason why we are asking just to, if you really want to support health, just to reduce your caffeine, because caffeine has been shown to block sleep receptors in the brain. So it unfortunately negatively affects sleep. It has been shown to increase stress hormones. And if we increase stress hormones, we can't lose weight because the stress hormones are there to protect us and sit in our fat essentially. And it's also been shown to affect pH levels or raise the acidity in the body. And the goal is we want to be a little closer to alkaline state in our blood and in our body. The cool thing is though, is when you're taking the Juice Plus products, because they're all plant-based, plants bring you reduce acid and bring you to be more alkaline. So, you can drink your coffee and take your Juice Plus and it should balance each other out, right? So reduce caffeine as much as you can. Doesn't mean we got to cut it out. Reduce alcohol. Now, again, in the old program, it used to be get rid of alcohol, but that was really difficult for people. But alcohol, unfortunately, is by far a poison to the body. I know there are some studies out there that try to convince people that it's healthy in some way, and maybe in a small way it is. You definitely have your resveratrol in the red wine. Unfortunately, you also have the sulfates. So, the preservatives. There's just not enough good to counterbalance the bad from the alcohol, unfortunately. Will a little bit really hurt you? Probably not, but it does place a lot of stress on the liver. So if you're somebody like myself, I've got unfortunately a liver issue. It's really stressful on my liver, and I can pretty much notice problems within a few sips of alcohol nowadays. So just be aware, okay? And when we get into the 10-day shred in March, it's a good time to just pay attention to how much alcohol you're actually drinking. The next guideline is to reduce sugar. I mean, we all know that sugar is a poison to the body. It also places stress on the liver and it does cause massive inflammation. It's literally a drug. I used to, in my presentations years ago, used to show a slide, and I wish I would have put it on here tonight, on how sugar and cocaine affect the brain the same. They are literally two in the same white powders. It's absolutely crazy. So I mean, obviously it affects the physical body a little bit different, but it can be very similar. So we really want to reduce, if not eliminate, refined sugar. Now, natural sugars, of course, are okay. And it's very frustrating sometimes when I hear people say, well, I can't eat fruit because it's too high in sugar. Well, here's the difference. If you don't eat sugar or fruit because there's sugar in it, but you still eat candy and other packaged foods that have sugar in it, that doesn't make sense, right? Because the fruit sugar the body can use. Refined added sugar, the body doesn't know how to use as well. So remember, if you want to get some sugar or you have that sweet tooth going on, reach for the fruit. Stay away from the candies. Okay. The reason why we are saying in this program and as we move forward to reduce and eliminate some of these toxins is because there are already so many toxins in our environment and only increasing. Our food quality is also decreasing. And if you look at most of the food in the grocery stores, it's really not even food at all. They're food-like substances. These are all the things that are happening in our food: added preservatives, flavor enhancers, emulsifiers, synthetic vitamins, which are the worst, genetically modified products, really less nutrients, pesticides, trans fats, artificial colors, and growth hormones. Yes, growth hormones. Have we noticed how young people develop faster nowadays? That's a big reason why. So for 10 days, we're cutting out the garbage and we are getting rid of the toxins, which you have just done. Now, I love this screen. Now, some of you who joined me in the kickoff for our Shred 10 would have seen this screen. And the reason why I like this screen is because so many people wonder why they cannot lose weight or lose fat. And one of the biggest reasons why we cannot lose fat is because we've got toxins sitting in our body. So if you are storing toxins in the body, the fat is protecting your vital organs from those toxins. If you diet and exercise without proper nutrition to clear out the toxins, you might lose fat, but you will feel worse and your vital organs will be under stress. So what happens? We rebound. We gain that weight back again, and it's only for protection. So really think about your body fat not as an enemy, but as an ally that is protecting you. Now, when we cleanse and add whole food nutrition like the Juice Plus products, we might start off with toxins in our body, but as we release those toxins, which can happen with proper nutritional support and, of course, exercise, once those toxins are eliminated, we have no rebound effect because the body has no need to protect your vital organs. So it's fascinating. So take a look at yourself. If you've been struggling to lose weight, think of it this way. It's not the fat that's your enemy. It's the toxins in your body that's the enemy. Okay. Some other things that we want to be focusing on until our next shred and of course beyond is drinking water. Drinking water is one of the most critical things we can do. Of course, air being our most important, water being the second, food being the third. So water is super important. Obviously, we know it's meant to help us stay hydrated, helps cleanse the body, and helps keep your energy levels up. A lot of the times when people are tired, it's because you're thirsty and your body is dehydrated. So if you're unsure about how much water you should be drinking for yourself, take your body weight in pounds, divide it by 2, and that is how many ounces. If you are exercising, you're going to want to add about another 16 ounces or so in and around your workout. All right, next one, sleep. Sleep is critical. Sleep is super important. The goal is to sleep 7 to 8 hours. When we get a really good night's sleep, it helps to clear out the toxins in our body. While we're sleeping, the body is able to then clear out hormones, helps us to reduce stress, and it helps us to enhance our energy. Sleep being a critical part of really great health. And of course, exercise. Exercise helps us reduce stress, reduce risk of disease, and increases strength. Now, some people say, well, how hardcore? How much do I need to be exercising? Well, you know what? A simple 20, 30-minute walk can make all the difference in the world for some people. Other people need more high intensity in their exercise. You need to really think about and listen to your body. If you're doing a hardcore cleanse and a detox, you might want to back off on the exercise intensity a little bit. But if you're able to eat and you're eating an abundance of the right whole food nutrition, then your exercise can go up. Okay, and then of course, the most important thing is eating whole food nutrition. We live in a junk food society where junk food eating is almost praised and celebrated, and it's really unfortunate. But eating whole food means eating an abundance of fruits and veggies, whole grains. Yes, I said it, whole grains. They are not bad, but remember, it's whole grains we're talking about. We need our carbohydrates, but not in processed form. Next one is legumes, which is your beans and lentils. Okay, super high in fiber, in protein, and also other vitamins and minerals and nutrients that our body needs, and nuts and seeds, of course, for your healthy fats and other nutrition. Now, in your Live It program, of course, you're going to want to keep up with your Juice Plus regime. So on here, we see the Juice Plus Trio, which is our vegetable, our fruit, and our very berry blend. So of course, the vegetables and fruits, they kind of explain themselves. And some people say, well, isn't the berry blend fruit too? And yes, it is. Those are just your high antioxidants, fruits and grapes, or berries and grapes, a really critical blend to be adding into the diet to help decrease inflammation. And then of course, you've got your omega blend there. And what I love about this particular omega blend is that it's 100% plant-based and it is raw. One thing that happens with, unfortunately, fish supplements is that, first of all, fish eat food to get their omegas. They don't make omegas in their little bodies. So why not just go right to the source? And the second thing is that fish supplements are heated. And so by the time you're getting it into your system, it's pretty much rancid. And that's often why we're burping up that fishy taste, which is really disgusting. And then of course, daily, I suggest your shakes and bars. Of course, these can be a supplement. They might not have to be daily for you, but this is going to get you your protein, other vitamins and minerals Superfoods like your mushrooms and sprouts and spirulina are also in there as well. So really, really critical nutrition to be doing on a daily basis. So if you look at this, the Juice Plus Trio and a shake a day gives you 45 whole foods, awesome plant power. So all of this, so let's say you take the Trio blend. So for those of you guys who are taking it, you take the Trio blend and a shake every day. It's about $5 a day to get all this nutrition. Try eating that every day on $5 a day. Boy, do I ever wish. My grocery bill is through the roof trying to eat some of this stuff. And that's why Juice Plus is such a great supplement. And of course, the shake. So just a little bit more about the shake. Some people are kind of, oh, I don't really like shakes. And I get that. I get it. There's a lot of junk on there and in the market. This shake, I've tried them all the plant-based ones. This is by far the best tasting one. And most people usually tell me it is too. It's also got a low glycemic load, which means it does not spike the blood sugar up. There is no added refined sugar in there. There is natural sugars in there, and there's no more sugar in the Juice Plus Complete Shakes than in an apple. Okay, so diabetics have actually been studied on the Complete Shakes, and their blood sugar has been absolutely stabilized. It's vegan and non-GMO, so 100% plant-based. It is gluten and dairy-free. It is a plant-based protein blend, and yes, there's soy in it. And I know a lot of people turn their nose up on soy, and it's just such a shame. I actually posted a little bit thing about soy on my Instagram and Facebook today. And the reason why I did that is because the education out there around soy, it's just not abundant enough. And soy has been given a very bad name by the agricultural industry. And the reason is because soy is a low cost, complete protein. It's literally just a bean. So I had a girl once tell me, oh, I'm allergic to soy. And then I said, well, you just told me your favorite thing to eat when you go out is edamame beans. You know that's the same thing, right? And she looked at me in shock. And I think that people don't realize that soy is actually a bean. It is nothing more than that. It is a high fiber, high complete protein bean, and it absolutely has been studied over and over again that to be beneficial even for women recovering from breast cancer. And I know some of you think, doesn't soy cause breast cancer? Absolutely not. Biggest myth ever. There is so much research to support that non-GMO organic soy actually fuels the body with isoflavones, which help support the body and helps protect the body from age-related disease. So also a powerful prebiotic fiber and oligosaccharides, which is a natural sugar. So really, really important to be feeding our body with some of the good stuff that's in this. If you want more information about the shakes, please let me know. Okay, just wanted to show this slide because this is always what gets me, is there are over, well, there's actually, it's funny, this slide's an old one now because there's over 45 published studies in Juice Plus. The studies are third party and placebo-based. Which is really cool. And it is the most researched nutritional product in the world. And where the difference is with the Juice Plus is the Juice Plus is actually researched on the product itself, not just taking research for the individual ingredients. So that's what really separates it from other things. So just remember, guys, when you're doing the Shred 10, you're shredding the food, the toxins, the habits that are no longer serving you. We are really looking in this shred group, and we do it as a group to support each other, because as we know, making lifestyle changes is not always easy, and we need the support of others who are doing the same things. So join us for the next shred coming up. And some of the common results that most people get is that you start to crave more fruits and vegetables. You do start losing weight. There's better recovery from your workouts, hands down. That's probably one of the biggest benefits that people get from doing the shred because of taking the Juice Plus products. Your sleep is better, your energy is better, healthier hair, skin, and nails. I used to have quite bad skin, especially around here because of my digestive issues. Since taking Juice Plus, nowhere near as bad. My hairdresser says I have new growth in my hair every time she sees me, which is amazing. and my nails are super strong. So pretty great. Improved regularity, so for great digestion and increased mental clarity. So who doesn't want those results? So those of you who have just finished the shred are probably seeing some of those results right now. So just as a reminder, join us for the next 10-day shred, March 13 to 22nd. Those of you who are in the Facebook group, I have posted a link for the next shred, and I will continue to post that link. All you need to do is click on the link and basically just register for the shred. So the shred is 100% free for all my Juice Plus customers. If you're not on Juice Plus yet and you want to join the next shred, let me know so we can get you all hooked up with the product, get you taking it, and getting you in the habit before the next shred. So there's 3 different packs for the shred that people can do. Of course, the Shred 10 pack includes the 2 orders of shakes and the trio blend. And I usually recommend the omegas with that as well. So you've got the full pack. The premium is 1 shake a day, and the Juice Plus trio. And the basics are you're just looking at your shakes. So definitely reach out to me if this is something that you want to do. And remember, kids always eat free, which is really cool. So invite your family and friends to join you for the next shred. If you know anybody who would like to come, and just get them to connect with me. I'm always happy to bring on new people to our shred group and help educate everybody and help people feel great. So on Monday night, Monday, February 28th at 7 o'clock, for anybody who's interested, I'm going to do a presentation on the benefits of becoming a Juice Plus partner. And the reason why I am doing this, because I do get lots of questions about it on, why did I become a partner? How can I become a partner? People just start sharing Juice Plus. I mean, you've probably noticed that you are as well, right? You're seeing the benefits and you start telling so-and-so and you start telling so-and-so, and then somebody asks. That's what being a partner is about. It's just helping people get on the product so that they can have basically a healthier lifestyle. And of course, you get to lock arms with me, and I'm going to tell you all about that. So if you're interested in becoming a Juice Plus partner, join me on Zoom. I will put the link on the group on Monday, February 28th at 7 o'clock p.m. And I'm super excited about that, as that's probably one of my biggest passions, is helping people be able to share this with other people. And fingers crossed, I've asked one of our top leaders to be part of this as well. She's in Mexico right now, so she might not be able to, but I'm really crossing my fingers that she will be able to join us. And I'll pause there for a quick second. If you have any questions for me about the shred, about how you felt on the shred, about your results on the shred, please let me know. Reach out, put it in the chat, put it in the group. I'm more than happy to answer those questions for you. In the meantime, hopefully I see you on Monday for the partner presentation, and I'll see you in the group. I'll continue to post great, valuable things to help you guys all boost up your health and wellness journey. And in the meantime, keep rocking your wellness, everybody. Thank you so much for coming with me today. I look forward to seeing you guys on the group. Take care.